You are listening to the Better Me podcast. Before we start today's episode, wish you all a fantabulous day ahead. In life, almost each and everything that we go through, or each and every person whom we meet, or any situation that you have been through in your life, teaches something or the other. Nothing is a waste, and nothing happens by accident. Everything has a purpose and meaning, and everything teaches us something valuable in our life, which, when we learn properly, will actually enhance our life in a. To explain it a bit more in detail, anything that annoys you is actually trying to teach you patience. Yes, just sit back and think about all the situations where you were annoyed to the core. That situation actually taught you how to be patient. The most important value that every one of us must possess in life to lead that best life or the balanced life is to be patient. And knowing when to be patient in life is going to save you a lot. Similarly, anything that angers you is teaching you forgiveness and compassion. The moment that you get angry is the moment that you should actually recall all the previous moments or situations where you were angry and what you have learned from it. If you look deeper, you'll realize that you would have learned to forgive people or the situation, and you might have also learned what compassion is. Forgiveness and compassion are two unique values that every individual must possess. This should be taught right from the childhood, to be more frank. Because without forgiveness and compassion, one cannot lead a happy life. If you don't forgive, you'll be carrying all the regret and hatred in your life, which is an unwanted baggage. If you do not know what compassion is, there's no purpose of you living on this earth, to be very frank and specific, because life is full of love and compassion. And only when you know what it is, you'll be able to spread it and you'll be able to enjoy it. Anyone who abandons you is teaching you how to stand up on your own 2 feet. Every one of us might have been confronted in a situation where we might have looked for help or we might have depended on somebody so much, but we might have not got that help from that person, or they might have abandoned us. It is something that may have put us into deep trauma, or it might have caused us a lot of pain. But remember what you learned at the end of the day. Because of that one person, you may have learned how to stand up on your own and face everything in your life by yourself. Remember, that is a huge power. That gives you the satisfaction of being you. You'll be independent. You'll live a life where you don't have to depend on anybody for anything anymore. But it was taught to you only because of that person who abandoned you. So every situation like that has something from which we could learn and which would indeed make us more stronger. And anything that has power over you is teaching you how to take your power back. Most of us nowadays are addicted to a lot of things in this world where everything and everywhere people are mostly overpowered by so many things, be it people or money or drugs or even social media for that matter. So many things in this world are overpowering people nowadays. But if you step back and think, why are we overpowered, or what is that missing in us that is making us or putting us into this terrible place. We just have to get back the power that we have, and we should be able to control anything that overpowers us. This is how we learn from things and situations around us. And anything that you hate is teaching you unconditional love. Yes, only when you have unconditional love for anything, you will not be able to hate anything. Just remember why you hate something or somebody for that matter. Just because they don't fall under your so-called conditions that you have. Because you want it to be like that, you want it to be like this. But what is unconditional love? Unconditional love is something where you don't have any boundaries, where it just flows irrespective of what it is or what the other person is. You don't bother about anything, even if it's going to be defective. You don't care, because that is what is called as unconditional love. When unconditional love creeps in, hate creeps out. It's very simple. And when you hate somebody, or when you have hated somebody in your past, just remember that it is just teaching you unconditional love. And one of the important things, anything you cannot control, is teaching you how to let go of and trust the universe. As I already said, nothing happens just like that, or nothing is an accident in your life. Everything has a purpose, everything has a meaning. Every step, every single breakthrough you make, or every single people you meet, every single step you take in your life has a purpose, and it's all planned already. So if something is not under your control, just don't be too taken aback. Don't ever try to get over it, or just be lamenting about it or thinking about it, putting yourself into trauma, depression, and all those things just because you can't control it. There are certain things in life which we cannot control. Yes, they do exist. And such kind of things teach us how to let go. This is a very, very critical fact or value that everybody must learn. You should know when to let go. Sometimes, instead of holding it, letting go would actually help you to get out of that situation. So, anything that you can't control is actually teaching you how to let go and trust the universe. The universe has plans for each and every one of us, and it's a very good plan, believe it. You just have to believe it and do your best and don't care about the rest. It's as simple as that. And finally, anything you fear, it is actually teaching you the courage to overcome fear. The first time you feared seeing something, be it a snake or for that matter a lizard or a cockroach, or be it addressing the public, presenting a PowerPoint presentation in front of a group of people whom you work with, or even speaking to your neighbor. Most of us fear for so many things in our life. And you just have to think about why you have to fear for something. Being frightened of something actually means that you're not courageous. And when you are frightened of something, it is actually trying to teach you how to be courageous and lead the path. When you are courageous, you are automatically pushing away fear out of your life. When you push away fear out of your life, you would do things that you have been hesitating to do all the time just because you're frightened of something or doing something. And that is how you grow. And that is how you unleash your full potential and become the best version of yourself. So, everything around you, everyone around you, and everything that you have gone through or you're going through is actually teaching you something that is most valuable for your life. Remember this, and you would never miss anything that is best for you in your life.